Hey, Ruben. I guess I'll be the guy who asked the question. Texas A&M's been talking a little bit, and I know you have your own little notebook there. Coach says zone out all the outside noise, but is there maybe something inside you that says, hey, sort of gets your attention with some of this stuff?
Uh, oh no, man, God bless those guys. They just playing football the way they play it.
All right, Adam.
Hey, Ruben. So kind of like a 30,000 big picture perspective kind of thing. I've been asking kind of all the guys who've been around the program for a few years now, just how much this moment means to you guys, like coming from the point where, Miami was really struggling, just barely making a bowl game to the point where now you guys are in the playoffs. Just how much does this moment mean to you, and what do you think it means for the program?
Well, that means a lot, not only to the program but the city. Just knowing the excitement and reactions I'm getting from people as I go to different spots, different locations, and just the bringing homes I done got is crazy. So knowing like this is what I came in for. This is the moment I came for, and knowing that the program was where it was when I came, and now we done built it up and really grounded it out and made it to where it is now. And we're not finished. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff we still have to do, still have to prove and earn. So we're just playing football the way we play, and knowing that we got this opportunity, we're not gonna take it lightly.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you, and then Andrea.
Yeah, hey, Ruben, two questions. First off, to build off of that answer, what made you as confident as you are that you guys were eventually going to get to this point?
Just honestly, just praying to God, just knowing that we don't put all the work in and did everything the right way. There's no way we don't get in. And the resume we built, that beginning stretch of fall football, we just knew we had the talent and the power to get in, and it just worked out our way. And now we just playing football again, being excited to play football again, and for the big money now.
And then with Texas A&M, Marcel Reed, we know he can make plays with his arm, make plays with his legs. You guys have faced some dual threat guys before. Just what are the challenges that are going to go into trying to contain him, and what will the D-line have to do to make sure you can keep him in check?
Honestly, we just got to come with our A game because, this is a very talented player we play. I mean, he was in the Heisman race for a little while, so we all asked for no reason. I mean, he's a guy that can do it on feet, on the air. I mean, anyway, really, he can control the game if you let him. So we have to really come with our mindset to play the football, play the way we coach.
Andrea.
Hey, Ruben, I've got two for you as well. Just one follow-up to what Matt asked you. You saw the comments. I don't want to assume anything, but you saw what the A&M players said about you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that something where it's noted in your mind, and then we'll see what happens on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, man, God bless them. That's all.
Okay. I'm doing a story on Malachi, and I know you recovered his fumble in the state championship game in 22, but he says that was a turning point for him in terms of what it was going to take to put in the work and never feel that way again. Now that y'all are teammates, I'm just wondering what you've seen from him this year in terms of the work that he's put in, but also what you remember of that moment back in 22.
That's so crazy, man. We were just talking about that literally yesterday. I was telling I got to play in his mind that'll last for the rest of his life. So knowing that's been brought up is kind of wild. But he is a person that's always gonna put in the work when it's need to be, even when it's not. I mean, like right now, they had a 30-minute break for their lift while the defense was lifting. And he had all the receivers out here catching on the jugs, and that's an everyday thing. He's the last guy to lead the building, first guy to be in. So it's a mindset for him, and it's a way of life, honestly. Just coming in and working hard, and I feel like that done spread throughout the team, throughout the receiver room, throughout the program.
So you said you guys were just talking about it?
Yeah, yesterday after practice.
Did you say something to him about it? How did it come up?
Yeah, I said something. He was running up after practice after we broke it down and stuff, and I was just teasing him because we had just ended a good on good period. Just telling him I got to play that forever be stuck in his mind. And he was just saying like it won't be and stuff. We were just trash talking to him back and forth.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Giselle, you wrap us up.
Hey, Ruben, sorry if you already answered this, but with you guys being 3 days away from the actual game, does that excitement continue to build even more? Is it one of those things that let's just get the show started, or is it like, no, we need still the extra day and kind of get everything settled as you guys get ready for Saturday?
I mean, I feel like the whole program right now, we just ready to play, man. We ready right now. It's something that we've been waiting on. It's something that we worked for since January, and having the opportunity to actually play some football again. It's been almost a month since we kicked it off, when we will kick it off. And the whole program is anxious to play football again.
Just to follow up on what you said, is that helpful though? That anticipation kind of and all these days that you guys did have to get prepared and again for the Aggies, or is it more of like it's just about like the healing part of it, making sure you guys are just in top shape because not playing a game and like I think the last one was November 29th. Like, is it just helpful now having these days no matter what?
Say it one more time. You kind of was breaking up.
Sorry, I'm like really across from you. Is it helpful to have had these days though as you guys get ready for Saturday? Even though you guys haven't played in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super helpful. You can't take any days for granted, especially when you're getting on the football field. You can't take any play for granted. So having the days of preparation is definitely helpful. It's definitely a benefit on your side. But if you got some guys that ain't played football so long, that's all we do. No school now. We just trying to play football, trying to ball.
He's a good quarterback. He has a great arm, great legs, extremely athletic. He can hurt guys with his legs and his arms if he's comfortable. Yeah, he's a good player.
And then just from like a big picture perspective kind of thing, obviously you got to Miami in 2022. Very disappointing year that year. To see the program get to where it is now, just what does that mean to you, and what do you feel like you guys have accomplished over the last 4 years?
It means a lot because, I was here Cristobal's first year, and there was a lot of guys that we had to flush out. A lot of guys who aren't here who decided not to stay and transfer and stuff like that. But as a guy who transferred in, I trusted Coach Cristobal's process. I watched him work every day. He's the same guy every single day, the same guy that you see on national TV when he's in the interviews and all that. He's the same guy with us. So I see how crazy he is when it comes to recruiting and how he holds not only the coaching staff accountable, but the players. So I trusted in his process. I trusted in his plan. And it was just a matter of time it was just a matter of time that we're going to become the team that we are today. And I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy happening this early where I was able to still be in college.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Akheem, 2 questions as well. First one, you kind of touched on at the end there. The fact that you guys were able to make the playoff field this year and for you to see all the work, all the results pay off the way you guys thought it would. What was the reaction when you saw Miami as the number 10 seed and to know that your college career is going to end in the playoffs one way or the other?
I was super excited. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything unless we do something with it. This is not a participation trophy, whatnot, or we're trying to win this. That's plain and simple.
And then second question, I know we've asked you so many times about Rueben Bain over the last few years, but what specifically impresses you the most with whether it's his work ethic, the way he plays on the field, what you've seen, his growth off the field? What's an area or two that sticks out the most about his growth since he got here as a freshman?
It's his work ethic, and it shows on the field. Nothing that he does on the field has surprised me because of what I've seen him do in the weight room and on the field during practice, conditioning or whatnot. Everything he does in the dark is a direct reflection of what he does in the light.
Next up, we'll go to Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
Oh, hey, Akheem. I like that quote about what he does in the dark is a reflection of what he does in the light. I might use that in my life. I want to ask you about the defensive tackles. It just seems like everyone's paying so much attention to you and Rueben, but like these guys are sort of not getting looked at as much maybe, but you watch Marcel Reed, he's running free up the middle all the time. Like, how important is it that these guys in the middle show up and do really well, and how confident are you in what they've done all year and how well they could do in this game?
I'm super confident in our D tackles. You have guys like Ahmad Moen, who's not only big and strong, but he's also athletic. Like, he can move very well. He can pass rush. Same with Jay Scott. Jay Scott is the same way. He can pass rush. He can move. He's strong. And then we have a extremely big, strong guy like David Blade, who can knock the pocket back, knock that center straight into the quarterback's lap. So if if Reed doesn't want to step up in the pocket due to me and Ruben coming off the edge, he's going to be running into big guys in the middle.
First of all, just looking at, A&M coming up on Saturday, when you look at their quarterback, Marcel Reed, he's obviously a guy who can make plays with his arms or his legs. Just, as a linebacker, a guy who might be spying him at some point, how do you guys make sure you are able to keep him, from breaking off big plays with his legs?
Man, he's a great player, man. But I feel like we have great plans in place. A great game plan. To attack it. Just doing your one-on-one, doing your job every play, and everything take care of itself.
And then I've asked this, of a few guys who've been with the program 3 or 4 years to see, the program go. When you got here, obviously, 5-7 that first year, you had to buy in to something that wasn't in place yet. So to see the program get to where it is now, reach the playoffs, have a chance to make a run in the playoffs, just what does that mean to you, and what do you think it says about, Mario Cristobal and the whole program right now?
I mean, it's the work. It's the work. That's all I can say. From 5-7 to 2 back-to-back 10-2 seasons, man. It's the work. And credits to Coach Cristobal, like I say all the time, man. He came here with something in mind, with a plan in mind, and putting the plan to use, man. And can't credit him enough. And the players as well, the ones who's been here, me, Inez, Stooper, Amal Moten. We've been here. We seen it all, and feels good that the work is paying off, and just got to keep this thing rolling.
Do you guys, the guys who've been here for a while, do you guys talk about that? Like, hey, like, we've come so far, we've done so much, like, it's crazy how far we've come?
Yeah, most definitely. I joke around with Inez all the time. We talk about it all the time.
All right, next up, we'll go to Matt and then Jordan.
Yeah, hey, Wesley. Can you sort of talk? I know the linebackers have a big task this week with the run game, the quarterback run, and coverage, all this other stuff. A massive game for you guys as a position. So can you talk about just your view of how the linebacker group has done this year? Do you feel you've really played up to your potential as a unit? Is there another level maybe you guys can reach and maybe will need to reach in this game?
Most definitely. I feel like we're gonna have to play off each other. I feel like we didn't even reach our full potential yet. That just goes into just helping each other out. If one sees another linebacker slacking on something, just helping them out, telling them what he needs to work on. I feel like that's how we're gonna reach our full potential. And I feel like in these playoffs, we just gotta lock in, come together even more, and go to work.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, hey Wes, 2 questions. First off, you guys played at College Station your freshman year, if I remember correctly. What do you remember about the environment, the atmosphere there, and what are you expecting when you get out there on Saturday?
I remember it was definitely crazy. They have great fans, great stadium, and I already know what to expect. Just a matter of blocking it out. Coach Cristobal got the noise in our practice, so just a matter of blocking out the noise and just playing in between the lines and locking in.
And then secondly, I want to get your thoughts on Rueben Bain. I know we've talked about him so much over the last 3 years, but what specifically about the way he plays, the way he approaches the game impresses you the most?
Just from high school, man, his work ethic. He's a monster, man. He's had the same work ethic since high school, man, and it keeps him a long way. That's what keeps him, so separated from everyone else. The way he approaches his business and the way he approaches every day.
So you're one of the few guys on the team who has played in the playoffs before. Just what did you remember about that experience last year at Tennessee? And what maybe if you told your teammates about just what the whole, pomp and circumstance and everything is like, and how do you stay focused and all that?
I haven't really talked about it with anybody on the team here. It's a different situation, you know what I mean? But I tell them it is what it is. We know why we're here. We know what we're here to do. Just continue to be us and keep working hard.
And I know, you and Keontae Scott are very close. Mario's told us how he's been working to get back on the field. Just what have you seen from him in terms of just like how focused and how, I guess, dedicated he's been to trying to get back in time for this game?
Same thing I said after Syracuse, man. Keontae's best teammate that I think I've ever had. He's working absolutely as hard as he possibly can to get back as fast as possible at 100%. But day to day, he's just in the room with us every day, motivating, keeping guys locked in, focused, helping us focus on the little minor details and everything. So.
All right, Matt, we'll go to you.
All right. Thanks for taking the time, Jakobe. I want to ask you this about the Texas A&M offense, because they obviously have a running quarterback. You faced a few of those, but some really good receivers. Good enough running game. How difficult is this team to stop? And I know you guys are really highly ranked as a defense. We'll just talk about the challenge that you guys face and how confident you are that you can actually slow them down a little bit.
I think they're very talented. The quarterback Marcel makes a lot of things happen with his legs. I think he's got a very good arm. I think they got some receivers all around the field. They play good from each level. I think really it all starts with the quarterback. They got some guys. They got some receivers. They're really, really athletic, really, really fast guys, and then they got a good backfield. So I think it's all good. But we're here for a reason. We're ready.
All right, Adam, we'll go back to you, and then Jordan.
Again, you kind of just touched on it there, but just what have you seen from their starting receivers, guys like Mario Craver, Casey Concepcion? What have you seen from them on film?
They're good. They're good players. They're really fast. Those guys have a lot of ability to make things happen after the catch. Concepcion's a great open field player. I think he's very, very shaky guy. Craver's a great guy. They say he's 165, doesn't play like it. So we're ready for the challenge.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, hey, Jakobe, you just mentioned about how ready you guys are. Just what have these last 3 weeks been like since you guys finished the Pitt game, trying to balance staying ready, waiting to find out if you guys are going to be in, and then having all this extra time to get ready? Just how have you guys approached these last 3 weeks to make sure that when Saturday does come, you guys are ready, you guys are sharp, you're in game mode, et cetera, et cetera?
We approach everything the same way. Be the best version of ourselves, and continue to do what we do. What we did, who we are is what has got us here. So continue to be who we are as Miami Hurricanes is just how we go about it every day. We work hard, and whatever happens, happens. However the chips fall, however the chips fall.